I like wide open spaces, but I have to say it's very enjoyable on this street here in Cooper Young district of Memphis, and have the opportunity to discuss Becky Frost and Gina Sweat's garden and how it's just so beautiful, and this time of the day everything is sparkling, and I know you've put a lot of time and thought into what you've done to make these gardens. How long have you been here and worked on them?
Well, it will be 4 years in September that we have been here, and that following spring is when we did all the landscaping and just a complete renovation of the yard. It was pretty bare. It was a clean palette, as I like to say, so we could do anything that we wanted with it. And I know we wanted everything to focus around our beautiful ginkgo tree that we have. And I think we've done a great job with that.
Well, I have to say the first thing that caught my eye were your beautiful white chairs and how pristine that looked on this beautiful patch of green grass. And the second thing that I saw was this tree, your ginkgo tree. What's its story?
Well, the house was built in 1912, so I would be fair to guess that this tree is over 100 years old. There actually was a story that there were two sisters that lived in this home and planted the ginkgo tree, and that they would come out with a watering can and hand water it every day. And I guess with their nurture and love, I mean, we have quite the specimen. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful tree. And it's, as you can see, it's perfect tree for kids to climb. It's very inviting. In the fall is when it's really spectacular. It turns this beautiful gold color, and it just radiates.
It creates a carpet, doesn't
yes.
it? This is a great mondo, the dwarf mondo.
Obviously grass is very hard to grow there because of the root system, so we wanted to have that nice blanket of green underneath it, and that miniature mondo is done wonders. It has really filled in.
You've got a porch that really says welcome, and you've got it very well appointed with different things, and I like the formality of it, even though it is welcoming. Now, back here with what you started as your foundation plants, what did you think about as you chose them? The boxwood?
Well, Patrick Lofton helped us with making all the selection and choices, and we really wanted the boxwoods, and especially the shapes of them, to kind of anchor these key areas in our yard, in the corners, and also right here where you step up onto the porch, and also from the street over here at the sidewalk. And also he created a lot of nooks for us where we could have all this colorful plantings going around, as you see.
Yeah.
So there's all these neat little spaces that we can always add color in the fall with pansies or what it might be. And of course, impatiens do very well out here in the front with our shade that we have.
And then you can vary those colors, but you're stationary with all the rest of it.
Yes. And like you said, a lot of evergreen with our autumn ferns here.
Yeah.
They're an evergreen, and in the springtime, they have these beautiful bronze-colored fiddleheads that come up and just add a nice pop of color.
And I can imagine how that Japanese maple, the bloodgood, when it's really truly red, and how the bronze of the new foliage on your fern, how they complement each other. You know, I just happen to know that there's a backside that's a flip-flop of colors.
Yes.
And we're about to go into the, shall we say, the primary season back here in the back.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I see what you mean. I can see it from here. What a welcoming sight.
Welcome to my backyard.
Oh, I love the color. But you know, you started somewhere with your thoughts in this. So like the front yard, you just had a few things back here when you moved here, right?
Yeah, actually the giant oak was here and everything else was not here. We actually transplanted our azaleas that we have right over here.
Okay.
We transplanted those from the front.
Did they look like that didn't bother them, did it?
No, they've done really well. They have beautiful blooms. They're all different colors.
Yeah.
So we've got a mix of pink, whites, corals, all of those. And again, the autumn ferns.
That autumn fern really does a good job in hiding, you know, like if you had underpinning or whatever. I didn't realize that's a nice thick coverage of that. And of course you've used the Lorope grass too here to help. But
And then the Akuba plant,
now that's also known in Memphis as what?
the Sprite plant, when we cannot remember Akuba.
I know that you back here, rather than going with perennials, some of the plants that you choose then in the summertime, you garden in containers.
Right, right.
And
I keep everything the same, like you said, all of the mature plants that come back every year. And then I like doing things with the color in the different containers. And of course, as you can tell by the Adirondack chair color and all that, it's just so cheerful and bright, and reusing some of the old pots, like the old galvanized containers and stuff like that.
yeah, and you know, along your wall that's very lit up over there, isn't it, with the sun right now? And I love the windows, and then you have a fireplace. You go around, oh, there's a good thing that would repurpose in my garden, or you just randomly go in somewhere?
Well, I actually got the inspiration at the garden walk, the very first one that we had here in Cooper Young, and somebody else had a fireplace mantle, and I had to have it, and I love it. I think it's such a beautiful centerpiece. And then of course we've got the little hanging baskets with all the shade-loving plants, the caladiums and impatiens, and I've got some asparagus fern in there and some ivy.
Yeah.
So as it continues on through the summer, it'll be draping over the sides of that and really add a lot of nice color. And it's wonderful when you sit out here with friends in the evening having a cocktail or dinner.
I'm sure.
It really sets a centerpiece and a kind of a stage.
And I love that ladder with the yellow rounds on it.
Yes, that actually was a neighborhood find a couple of streets over.
And I can see in the way you've chosen your colors and your plants how that you have an eye for cleanness and simplicity, but yeah, there's high impact in the foundation plants that you've got here, and you've got history too. So
Yes.
you've done, I think, a wonderful job of making a home that was just a house, and now it's a home with a
Absolutely,
garden.
I feel the same way. We love it here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the time, and the breeze in your garden tonight
Yes.
is just wonderful.
Yes, it's lovely.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.